Hey you guys, Loyal Logic coming at you with another video. What I want to talk about is the Andrew MacMasters situation that just happened this evening. It is November 19th. And this gentleman posted on his Twitter, I'll pull it up for, and I'll read it, It's very sad, folks, but I have a point to this video. He says, I'm on Twitter every day. I retweet all the time, but this is the first tweet I've ever written. I'm a good guy. I'm a veteran. I love America. I'm going to kill myself tonight. I've lost everything. I have nobody. Nobody cares. I'm in a parking lot with my dog and everything I own. Bye. Let that sink in, folks. That was tonight from Andrew MacMasters. I'll get to the end. I'll tell you what happened with him. But why I want to talk about this goes back to what I said in my video about the Thousand Oaks, the shooter. And this is something that it is going to become a bigger problem in society. And it's going to get worse. We have a responsibility in this country more than any other. I don't care about the rest of the countries. I hope they do the same. But we have a responsibility, especially as citizens and of good people. I don't care. Even if you're an illegal immigrant in this country, you have this responsibility. We have a responsibility in this country to look out for our fellow man. I don't care if you think you don't and you're like, fuck that person. It doesn't matter. You do. You signed up for it the day you were born in this country. You have that responsibility. It's not, you don't have to, but you have that responsibility. It's just like your laundry. Well, you don't have to do it, but if you don't do it, you're not going to have any clothes. So, and I said this in my Thousand Oaks video, is that, we're going to see more people coming out and doing things and, unfortunately, killing themselves if we continue as is. And, we need to start doing what I said. It's very simple. Get out your yearbooks after this video and go through your old yearbooks, looking through people you knew and even didn't know. Maybe you associated with them. Look at it has their first and last name in there. Get in contact with that person. Or maybe even the people that were bullied that you knew were, and the nerds. And, you need to ask them how they're doing. Sorry. You need to ask them how they're doing. Is everything okay? How did everything end up for you? The reason I say that is because, folks, it's getting worse. We're becoming more divided, not just politically, but on a social level. It's not like 20, 30 years ago where you would go out and just meet people and mingle. It's not like that anymore. It's not. It's very hard to meet people if you're not a drinker and you're not going out to the bar. Where are you going to meet people? So so it's hard. So people like Andrew, like he said, I'm a good person. I love America. I'm a veteran. But he has nothing. He has nobody. How? How did this happen? Well, it happened because nobody called him, texted him. Obviously, the guy's got a Twitter. Obviously, the guy's got technology, so that's not the problem. I mean, somebody found his name, so if people really cared, I'm not trying to shit on the people in his life. That's not what I'm doing, folks. If you think that, you're wrong. I'm making the point that there is no reason to, obviously there are going to be people that kill themselves, that have big families and stuff. That happens. God, nobody should do it. But there are scenarios, and most of the suicides where nobody has anything, and you just don't hear about any. We have so many suicides in this country; it's outrageous. I mean, I believe at one point there was a veteran killing themselves every 3 hours or 4 hours. So correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it got that bad in this country. How does it get that bad? Well, because no one's talking to them. They're living in a one-bedroom apartment, 50 years old, 30, 40, and nobody's talking to them. Nobody cares. Nobody cares until stuff like this. But that shouldn't be the case, folks. It shouldn't get to this point. I think James Woods, that's awesome. I'm really happy we got guys like him that spotlight these stories, but it should have never got to this point. We, as citizens and people in this country, we have failed these people. We have failed them. We're all to blame. I'm to blame too. I'm taking blame. Because I have the yearbooks. Everybody gets, and that's the thing, in this country, everybody gets yearbooks. I don't want to hear that no one has the yearbooks. It just is what it is. I don't want to hear that. So when you have that access to people that you knew in your past, you have no excuse just to reach out and ask. It's free, folks. It doesn't take any effort. None. I mean, if for you to say you're not going to do it makes no sense. I've done it. I did it, because I was tired of, years ago, I was tired of seeing people like this get only spotlighted when they're saying they're going to kill themselves. It should have never got to that point. So I got tired of it. So I started contacting people in my past. I just talked to my friend from the kindergarten. I've known him my entire life. I've known him 26 years. Think about that. 26 years. It's crazy. He's doing good. But it doesn't matter. I could say, I knew he's doing good. It doesn't matter. You don't know. And you don't know what they're going through. And they could feel like they're valuable. And you might, what if they hit me up all the time? Who cares? Who cares? It's just words, folks. I mean, we act like our time and our words are super valuable. Oh my God, they're time's the most valuable. But it's like, dude, if that means someone's going to be happy and they're not asking for anything, then what's the problem? Are you, at that point, that's why I really do, think to myself, I'm like, are people just pieces of shit and they're just trying to hold themselves on a pedestal because they feel that's a safer route? It's kind of like with Boogie going back and forth. And, yeah, I do think that a lot because, this guy, he's a normal, just regular gay guy and living in Orlando. I mean, I looked at him, okay, he's a regular guy. How did it get to this point? Well, no one talked to him. Obviously, we don't know the super details, but still, when you have people in your life you care about, these things don't happen. Now, they do, but they rarely happen. It's very rare. Very, very rare. If you have someone to come home to or someone texting you, calling you, I mean, I've been told online, loyal, you're very friendly, you're very nice. Well, yes, I love people. If any of you guys feel this way, hit me up on Twitter. I don't mind talking. And you shouldn't either. I mean, I don't understand where we came to this, time where nobody wants to talk to anybody because they feel like they're holier than thou and they're, sitting on the pedestal when they're just being an asshole. You're not special. Any of you, even you're not special. You bleed the same as me. You breathe the same as me. You have the same brain as me. The only difference is that you had a better idea, you had a leg up, but none of that affects that I'm a person. When I say hello, it sounds the same from another person. When I ask how you're doing, it sounds the same from me to Jeff Bezos to Donald Trump. It's all the same, folks. And that's what makes me mad. People act like, it doesn't matter if I say hello. Well, why do you know that? So you're just assuming because you're not a famous person or you're a valuable person that no one wants to hear you. And your words could help that person. But because you're playing pity party bullshit on yourself, act like, I'm not someone special, when that's not the point, folks. That's not the point. You don't need to hear from a celebrity to validate yourself. And that's the point we've gotten to. Nobody just wants to step up and just talk. That's it. Not very complicated. How are you doing? How's your day going? Oh, man, I hope you have a good one. Hit me up anytime. I'm serious. Hey, you want to go have a beer? Hey, man, you want to play a game? It doesn't matter. I'm not even asking you just to do stuff with people. Especially if you don't know the person online. But even online, you should always be very pleasant to people. That's why I'm like, I don't mind trolls, but sometimes I feel trolls go too far. And they do. It's like, dude, I get it. I get it. It's fun to be a troll, but dude, there's some people that can't handle it, and that's not right. That's not right. And that's the thing. Trolling's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be malicious and hurt people. It's like the guy with the swatting. That guy killed somebody. He killed somebody because he thought it was funny. And it wasn't funny. And nobody should think that's funny. If you do, you're a piece of shit. And when you get what's coming to you, don't cry wolf. Because that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be, why is no one helping me? Why is no one doing this? Well, dude, because you're a piece of shit. And no one wants to be around a piece of shit. But guys like this, like Andrew, he's not a piece of shit. He's a good dude. I mean, he's the first tweet he's ever written. He was just retweeting people. But I don't know if it's maybe he thought eventually someone's going to reach out and say hi. And no one did. Very big possibility. Hey, I've been there. Everybody gets that feeling like, hey, I'm a good person. But sometimes you got to reach out too. You know, it's a two-way street. Maybe he did and no one wanted to talk to him. So he's like, well, fuck this. And I'm not saying it's okay, but folks, give him a reason to live then. It's okay. It's like what I'm doing, sitting here talking. And it's like, you know, oh, Loyal, you're just preaching. No, I'm doing what I'm preaching. I'm reaching out to people from my past. I'm doing it, folks. You all have yearbooks. So if you're not doing it, don't fucking sit there. And I do find it weird to me. Well, I hope the best for you. Well, dude, this shit wouldn't be fucking happening if we talked more in our society. That's what we should be talking about. But no one ever brings up the conversation. Nobody. Everybody avoids the facts. They always talk about fucking mental health and fucking gun control and all this shit that doesn't fucking get down to the core on how everybody in this country has become disconnected with each other, not just on a political level, which doesn't matter, not just on a social issue level, just on a personal level of saying hello, goodbye, and how are you doing. That's it. I mean, I've said in several videos on how I've opened doors for people, and they have looked at me like I'm an asshole for opening a door. What the hell's happened in this country? What's happened in this world to where opening a door is bad? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, there's people out there that will obviously say, oh, well, opening doors bad because of the patriarchy and all this bullshit, and those are the worst type of people because they're shaming good people like this man that's just trying to be a good fucking person. And there's bigger fish to fry out there, but you're picking on good people. And so I don't blame this guy for not wanting to reach out to people if that's the case. Because he feels like he's going to get shot down and it's going to hurt him. He wanted someone to come to his way. Hey, I agree with you. Everybody's been there. I've been there too. But we have a responsibility, folks. And I'm tired of this. I'm tired of having this discussion. But I'll have it again because I know where this leads. I mean, it's only going to get worse in this country because unless we start doing it now, it's not going to, listen to it. It's not going to get fixed, folks. There's no fucking fairy coming. So I'm tired of people acting like that. There's a fucking fairy, like the Republicans get in power, everything's hunky-dory. Or the leftists get in power, everything's hunky-dory. That's not fucking happening. So stop talking like that. I hate it when people on the right that I'm a part of, the Republicans, and the left, the middle, do that. Like there's some fucking magical thing that's going to happen in this country and everything's going to be fixed. Like calling out the SJWs. Okay, that's all well fucking good, dude. Calling out SJW ain't going to get shit done. Now, I encourage you to do it, obviously free speech, but until we get to the fucking core of the issue of us not talking to each other, all this other shit we're doing doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do any fucking good. Because if you're not willing to go and talk with somebody and say, hello, goodbye, how are you doing, hope all's well, how's your family, then all this other shit we're doing doesn't mean jack shit. Doesn't mean shit. Because the ones that suffer are people like Andrew, who get fucking scalded and pushed out of the conversation because he's not speaking up, and he fears that if he does speak up, he's going to be marginalized because he's just trying to be, like I said, I'm a good person. But again, there's going to be always going to be somebody out there to point out he's not a good person, and there's always that. So we do have a responsibility on a personal level to kind of focus that out. I get that. But, you can't always blame the person because they're just being good. They're just, and that's the weird thing. Good used to be just good. There used to be, 30, 40 years ago, you used to be just a hardworking guy and that you had a family, white picket fence, you worked at your factory job, 9 to 5, every day, wife was home with the kids, and that was it. Good person. You raised your kids. I mean, literally nothing special. This is regular life, and you're just a good person. That's not the case anymore. You're not a good person. There's something that someone will always pick out that you've done to marginalize you and hurt you and scald you. So that's where it's become. And that's why I get, you have to go after these leftists and the SJWs and then the neocons on the right that are ruining our society. I get that. But, we have to do it ourselves as well. We have to step up and pick up that slack that, they're being devalued, that we need to give them value back. We need to, pick up our fellow citizens by the hand and say, we got you. We love you. We want to be with you. And we want to go through the roller coaster with you. Come on, friend. Let's have some fun. Because if we're not willing to do that, then, folks, don't fucking be surprised when it's going to get worse. Because I'm really tired of people acting like it's just somehow going to get fucking better. Like James Woods, I love the guy, but, I'm going to talk to you and all this. Dude, it ain't going to do nothing. And I get what you're saying, James. Like, I love you, man. I love you, James, to death. James Woods is a great man. But that's not going to do anything. Until we address the problem at hand of what's going on in this country and society, you talking to him is going to do him no fucking good in 5 to 10 years. No good. Because he's still going to be fucking lonely. He's still going to have nobody. And it's all going to repeat again. Because the society should be able to function on its own. He should be able to go back to Orlando, that's where he's from, and have a great community behind him. His neighbors saying hi. Everybody's bringing him some food. Hey, I'm sorry you're having a hard time, Andrew. But those days are fucking over. I mean, I remember the days when I was a kid where someone would pass away and they would all bring you food because they didn't want you to have to cook and slave over the stove. No one does that anymore, folks. No one gives a shit. No one cares. I mean, I know all my neighbors, but there are people online, I guarantee if I ask them, they're like, I don't know any of my neighbors. And that's, to me, it's unusual. But that's the country we've become. Nobody cares because it's not my problem, folks. It's not my problem. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's easy saying it's not my problem. Oh, why do I need to know them? Why does it matter? Oh, I got friends, even though all your friends are online or people you barely talk to. It's very sad, folks. I don't know what we need to do other than, I've always thought about this, too, before I go. I've thought about other ways to fix this. There's no other ways. You just have to start asking everybody in your past, everybody you knew or know, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I'm serious. It's that fucking easy, and it's free. That's the scary part about this solution, folks. This is free. You don't have to pay for this solution. But people are such fucking assholes, they don't want to do it. Because they just don't want to. There's no good reason. Either it's hard, or they just think it's not going to help because they're not a celebrity, because we devalued our own selves. I don't know, folks. It's very sad. But I love you guys very much. Talk to you soon. Loyal Logic. Have a good one.